Our students create data binders. This is an example of a student binder. On the front, we have a QR code where they scan with the iPads because we actually do an EagleBucks system at Oakdale, and they can scan in and enter their EagleBucks, so we have their little QR code. When you open it up, there's kind of an important notes section where they collect notes to send home to parents, different things from the school, maybe homework, things like that. And then each binder has a pocket. It's their money pocket where they keep EagleBucks, but also where they keep lunch money, money for concessions, and this student has some pencils and some loose items to keep organized.
Do they purchase these binders, or are these given to them?
They are given to them. We actually bought them with our own money this year.
Okay, so and these are kept at school?
No, they actually take them home.
Okay, so what if I lose mine?
We actually have a bunch of backups and
And
different
so
supplies.
so they come and they get another one
Yes.
at that point?
Yes.
Okay. So it came complete even with the, with that in there?
Our team organized it together, so we
how-
created the
This is done
cover.
in fourth grade or
Yes, it's for right now, it's all the fourth grade teachers. We
fourth
as a
grade?
team. Mm-hmm.
This is a fourth grade team thing that everyone has this and they carry these from class to class?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And so we printed off these little labels. You know, these are super easy to print off to help keep them organized. And then we each bought little pockets. These came, $1 at the Dollar Tree, one for each student. It's really handy. If we flip over to the next thing that they have is they have a daily behavior log. We use this as daily parent communication for behavior. So this student, for example, we do a strike system, like one strike's a warning, two strike. So this student got a strike on, I guess this is February or January, I'm confused, January the 18th, and so we wrote down the strike and what the strike was for, and then the parents initial every day, and then every day.
So we take these home every day. Do we take these home on Friday as well?
Yes.
Okay,
we
and so
take 'em home
the
on
expectation is every day that the parent is going to initial. So what if I come back the next day and I didn't have my parent initial?
Friday. So for example, if he hadn't gotten Thursday signed, what we do is we box it with a highlighter, and the first time they do it in a week, it's a warning. If they do it 2 days in a row, they have a consequence, whether it's a missed recess, missed part of their recess, or a lonely lunch.
Okay.
That way that we're, giving them incentive to show parents their behavior. And we already had it printed off so that it's the fourth 6 weeks, fifth 6 weeks, and then the sixth 6 weeks. So
Okay.
as each 6 weeks happens, we just rip it out. So
Okay.
then if you flip behind the behavior log, we have a pocket for each class. The reading pocket, the writing pocket, and a math pocket. And inside of these pockets, this is where our kids keep their data, and they actually do this
So
themselves.
they graph, and this is based on their 6 weeks of common assessment?
Any assessment.
Any assessment?
So if I do, for example, my pocket, he's got his spelling list in. So we keep any of our materials for our classes, like he's got spelling lists and different things, and then in the back here he's got his data. So one of the things that they graph for me is they graph their spelling test, their 6 weeks tests are on here, their simulations are on here, any sort of assessment we do, and then parents also initial this at the top. So they're getting a constant feedback on student grades before progress, before report card. It's like a
So
constant
you
back
had
and
to,
forth.
you had to do some educating with the parents that these were going to be coming home and that it was
Yes.
important? Okay.
And that's actually here at the back. We kind of had a note that we sent out about what's in this booklet, the different things, any questions they might have. We did it kind of like alphabetical. Any questions? It's got our emails. It's got any contact if they want to, when our conference period is, if they ever wanted to meet. It's got a bunch of different information back here. And so the kids actually graph these themselves. They write what the test was, what their grade was, and then they graph it. And then that way, if a principal ever wants to come in and grab a student's binder and talk with them about their grades, I mean, anybody, parents, if I need to look at, how they're doing in their other classes before a parent conference, I can just grab their data. But I also feel like it's a visual for kids to see their own strengths and weaknesses. It's a visual to see, am I growing? And a lot of times when they came to us, in fourth grade, they'd say like, "Oh, I got an 80. Is that a good grade?" Well, now we know what we kind of mark where the passing, a 60 is star passing, and that we always want to be above star passing, and we want to aim high, and so it gives kids that reminder. And then if they get these initialed each week, they get their 20 Eagle Bucks for getting it signed. So there's more incentive
Okay.
to get those signed as well.
Can I ask you back on the front of this, when you were explaining on the very front of the
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
cover about what did the QR code? What is that related to?
To their banking, we
To their
do
banking.
we do Eagle Bucks. So they get different Eagle Bucks to
Okay.
buy different prizes.
Okay.
But one of the things that we've noticed is kids, earning a lot of Eagle Bucks walking around
Right.
with a ton, it can be kind of cumbersome.
Right.
So we've kind of taken it a little bit digital, kind of like they would in real life, where when they scan this, it actually takes us to a Google spreadsheet. And
Okay.
each kid has their name in their spreadsheet. And they go in and it shows
How
their
are you
deposits.
scanning it with your phone, or how are they scanning?
We have iPads in the
So
classroom.
it's an iPad app with a QR code that goes directly to a Google
to a Google Doc
Doc that you created.
that we created, and we also put it up on the smart board as they're banking, so that we can be
So
watching
they know
and
how much
monitoring.
they have in the bank.
Yes,
based on
sir.
that.
And then they can use it. What's cool about the Google Doc is from class to class, it's so easy. If I need to give a kid some Eagle Bucks, I can hand them Eagle Bucks, but if we need to bank or look at their bank. So, for example, one of the things we do is, like, if Gabriel were to lose a pencil, he would owe me 50 Eagle Bucks to
Right.
replace it.
Right.
So I
you could
can
take it-
access
you could
his
actually
bank.
you could just be the government and take it right out of his bank.
Yes.
Okay.
And so it makes it really like streamlined between the three of us, and it's super easy to go in and to deduct. You just do a minus sign to deduct, and without the minus sign, it's a deposit. So it's even teaching them banking. What's the difference between a deposit? What's the difference between a withdrawal? What's a total? And different, we even teach them budgeting things. Okay, we're going to have prizes this week. Is it going to fit your budget to be able to afford this? So I think it's taught them a lot of responsibility having this, having to keep up with this, take it home. We also tell them, it's not your mom's responsibility to sign this. It's your responsibility to take it to your mom and ask her to sign it. And so when kids would come and say, well, Miss Keiko, I didn't get it signed, my mom, and I said, oh, no.
It's yours.
It's your responsibility. Who was supposed to make sure it got signed? I was. So it's putting their